Far-off galaxies, the atoms that make up our very existence, gravity, angels in the heavenly realm, eternal life, and the God of the universe. No matter what you claim to believe in, it's impossible not to believe in things that we can't see. Can we agree that we often have to believe in things that we can't see? When you think about it, most of what we're asked to believe in the context of science, our world, and the universe, we can't even see. And we often accept these things as facts without solid proof that we're being told the truth about these things. We have to remember that scientific theory is not always scientific fact. Now, I get it. We don't know the truth about everything because we lack the understanding as a people to know all the intricacies of the universe. When it comes to the biblical supernatural universe that I believe is all around us, belief in that is laughed at and disbelieved out of hand. But that has not always been the reality of human understanding. Now, I get it. It's hard for us in our modern context to believe in what we cannot see in terms of a biblical supernatural realm. It's easier to believe in the Big Bang Theory and the possibility of life on other planets than it is to believe that there is a singular God of the universe who created everything and wants to have a relationship with us, his creation. We can prove neither of these things, but one of these beliefs is more readily accepted in our culture today. Now, for me, it comes down to this. It's more logical to believe that everything came from something, from someone, rather than everything came from nothing. Ancient civilizations believed in the supernatural, in the spiritual world, and contrary to our revisionist modern history, those people weren't less intelligent than we are. In fact, if you spend a minute to think about it, those people invented the mathematics and sciences that we use today to try to make sense of the universe around us. I believe they simply saw things differently than we do. They were more open to the spiritual world around them because they had eyes to see it, and we simply struggle to see it in our modern context. It's the concept of, if it's not right in front of me, I don't believe it. Or even more bothering to me, the concept of, if somebody in authority says it's a certain way, then I will believe it, but only if it aligns with a narrative I've created of the world around me. Now, you may think I sound hypocritical, but understand that I believe in the God of the universe and I believe in science. The difference is I believe in science because of God. I believe that gravity exists and the vastness of the universe because of God, not because someone in authority said I have to believe a certain way or I'm a fool, but because the God of the universe, in his creation of everything, in his ultimate authority, called me to himself to believe in him and the work of Jesus on the cross for my eternal salvation. He created the reality of the universe that science and math strive and struggle to define. If we look at some areas of science today, you'll see and hear about the possibilities of other dimensions. And when I hear that, I say, of course, there is a biblical supernatural realm, a dimension that we can't see physically, but we can choose to believe is there. And it always has been there. Unfortunately, we have been trained to ignore it for fear that we might face a reality of a world that doesn't match up to the narratives we hold so tightly to. From a creative point of view, we limit our creative possibilities when we limit our vision of the world around us. The more we realize our insignificance in this universe as a whole, the more we can see the vastness of possibilities, the beauty and the perfection of the lives that we've been given. With this kind of view of the world around us, we can create in every context with more freedom and less reservation. And the world around us is amazing, no doubt. It's a gift that we can literally put our hands on and know is real. I believe that the biblical supernatural world around us is even more amazing, but we have to believe to see it. For us today, in this context, it's so hard to believe in what we cannot see. So the question is to see or not to see. I choose to see. So go and create and be a blessing. You can support our channel by subscribing, hitting that bell icon to get notified when new content comes out, and liking our videos. If you'd like to consider supporting our team financially, there's a link in the video description with more details. Those things will help our channel for sure, but if you do nothing else, please spend some time in the comments of our videos encouraging one another to create, to help others create, and to help grow that creative nature within us all. Oh, and you can check out these videos too. Thanks. We'll see you again soon.